JimmY Rodgers introduced as the new Iowa State head football coach. What really stood out to me watching the press conference was his humility. He got real emotional talking about becoming a player at South Dakota State and how he had really talked his way on to the roster from a kid from Chandler, Arizona back then in 2008, and how he just really had to make an opportunity for himself. And once he was on the team, he knew he wanted to continue in football and coaching, and spent 12 years on that South Dakota State staff before becoming the head coach and winning those back-to-back FCS championship games, and then going to Washington State. He said he met with the players last night, and then he said to them, "Hey, if this doesn't feel this way, then it wasn't done right." He could tell the love and the way that the players were treated under previous head coach Matt Campbell, and the way just that they felt shocked and a little shook. And he just wants to create a common ground with them, give them an opportunity to know him. He has a couple weeks here. January 2nd is when that transfer portal opens up. He wants to get to know the players, have one-on-one meetings with them, and their families as well. Try to keep a lot of these players at Iowa State. There will be some that probably go to Penn State and others that leave as well. That's just how this system and this college football world is now. He also mentioned a couple other things. He's going to bring a lot of the defensive staff with him from Washington State, and play a different defense, four-man front on defense. Mentioned being explosive, being multiple on offense and special teams, and how important that is. Familiarity with the area as well, recruiting. Cooper Ebel is one of the names that he mentioned who's already on the roster, who he actually recruited for South Dakota State, Iowa, and this region being his priority and one of his big areas the last 19 years. Already had a relationship with Jamie Pollard, the athletic director, as has been reported, that they met a couple of years back in Austin, Texas at a seminar, and him and Pollard were teamed up together for events down in Austin, Texas, and Rodgers got to know him and felt that good vibes with him, and even asked him, what will it take to get to Iowa State, when Matt Campbell leaves, and he went up to that next level, like Pollard said, and spent that 1 year at Washington State, and this will be that new territory, but not so new. If there is a lot of roster turnover. In his 1 year, Washington State had 75 new players he was talking about, and they're about to play in a bowl game as well. So that just speaks to a lot about, roster construction and what he can do as a coach. And obviously he, is relishing in that opportunity to be at a program that's played for 2 Big 12 championships, and being on that, knocking on the door of the playoff. That's what really attracted him to this program. We'll see what happens over these next couple of weeks, see what players stay, what players go, and what new players Rodgers brings in, and how he continues on this culture with the Cyclones. If you're interested in some more Big 12 talk on my podcast this week, Cousins Conversations, I will have Shelby Rhodes. She covers Texas Tech, and they just won the Big 12 championship this year, and they're going into the playoff as the 4th seed. Make sure you tune into that. Just a little self-plug there. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And this is an exciting new time for Iowa State fans and Cyclone Nation. Let's get it going.